Have anything to say? Could be suggestions or comments to make this task force a better one? Do you have something to say?
Yeah, we're right over here.
Yes, the environment table's right over here.
Yes. Fundraising's still going on, and there's still a lot of things you can do locally, even if your group is not interested, not interested, of course you're interested in Cambodia and this type of a project, but lots of things to be done locally. May I really impress upon you, and I'm even talking to kids that are learning 8 or 9 years old, start learning about where your water sources are coming from. Most of us take it for granted. I see so many people flushing chemicals down the toilet, doing a lot of things. They're not thinking about actually where the water is coming from and where it's going. And that is probably, I would suggest, first thing to start doing is do your water locally. Know what your water sources are, know what the predictions are for your water sources for the next 10 to 20 years, know how your water sources are being cleaned, type of pipes that are being used, and other things that are going on. You'd be probably really surprised to find out what's going on in your community and in your nation about water. You'd be terrified at some point. So you don't have to go far from home. May I suggest you start at home in your own backyard, start talking with your kids about it. When I pointed out to a little boy about how his taxes are used to clean water and keep water, it totally changed his way about how he used water, because he never made that connection. So that's something you just start talking at home, start talking in your business places. Are you using bottled water? God, I know we are, and I can't figure out why, but it's a good discussion to have, maybe in the workplace or different places as well. So whatever you decide to do, just become aware, please.
Thanks, Therese. Chair Kelly Fitzgerald, who's sitting right over here, and the Global Aging Task Force works to keep you updated on the latest about aging from the perspective of those of us aging overseas, as well as those of us caring for aging family members, oftentimes from a distance. The statistics are shocking. In 1950, there were 205 million persons aged 60 and older in the world. In 2007, that number increased to 705 million. 11 countries reported over 10 million. And by 2050, the number of adults 60 and over is expected to increase to 2 billion. 32 countries reporting over 10 million. This graph shows how a few countries are rapidly aging. It provides evidence that aging is an issue no matter where you live. It does not matter where you live. You will face all different kinds of life decisions, either as you age or as family members grow older. Living abroad can add additional challenges. Just some quick statistics to show you are not alone if you are having to provide care from a distance. The Global Aging Task Force is working towards finding ways to help FACO members address aging, either as an individual or as someone providing care for an aging relative or friend. The task force is looking for a co-chair and a few people who are interested in working on some projects to identify and or develop resources to support FACO members. It would be great to have not only people knowledgeable in aging issues, but to also have individuals that just have a strong desire to support the task force and have an interest in aging. We also need to revise the Global Aging website page to make it more useful and provide up-to-date information. Time commitment is based on what you volunteer to do, but for the co-chair position, this will need to be discussed as it is expected that the co-chair will contribute to the task force on a monthly basis. Please contact Kelly, and if you have any questions, you can ask her right now. Yeah, we're all growing older.
This is a topic that's affecting everyone in this room. It started when you were born, so I know there's got to be somebody in this room that's interested in it.
I have a question.
Yep.
My father-in-law died last year while we were in Marrakesh, and my husband had to jump through all kinds of plane hoops to get back to the States from Germany. And the airlines have these grievance fares.
Not anymore.
If you're flying within the continental
United States, you do not qualify for the grievance fares if you live overseas. Has anybody dealt with the airlines on this? Because it's something that I think a lot of us are facing.
Well, actually, I had an uncle that just recently died, and we tried to get the grievance as well, and the airlines aren't doing it in the U.S. either.
We're not doing it, okay. Okay, thank you.
You don't get peanuts either, so. Anybody else who wants to sign up to work with me? You can sign up with me here, I have a sheet for you.
Thanks, Kelly. The Health Issues Task Force co-chairs Sylvia Cox and Regina Weber post important health information for you on their web pages. Look under Global Issues, Health Issues. And as well, they promote the UN Millennium Development Goals, such as the Goal 4, which is to reduce child mortality, as well as MDG 5, concerned with improving maternal health. Unfortunately, neither Regina nor Sylvia are able to attend the conference, but you will find Deidre Pirot in the back there, sitting at the table, Health Issues, and she's the FACO rep from AILO Florence, and she has a little bit of information, and you can always sign up your name and to get more information, and we'll make sure that Sylvia and Regina get your name and email contact. I will be happy to take any questions or suggestions about this task force, but I would like to put forward to you that one of the ideas the task force has come up with is to use members' stories. Unfortunately, we've all had some illness or another, or had loved ones with an illness or another, and you know, it might be a good way to network and to support each other and to hear each other's stories and maybe even trade information. Obviously, keeping in mind that none of us are MDs or have a medical background. It would just be in the manner of a support system. So that might be something that we would like to solicit from you as members to bring forth your health issues stories, and we can put them on the web to share with everyone. Any comments or questions? Or? No one wants to get sick, I see.
Do you remember we had the visit, was that Terry in the room? Do you remember she did the thing, Did He Fit, and we kept track of how
I think that's a great, Women in Motion.
Yeah, can we, that would be fun again to do, because I thought it really involved a lot of clubs, and it was fun to see the results and keep up.
And you know, I think after Dr. Henry's message this morning about obesity and changing lifestyle, I think that's a wonderful idea. Thanks, Clarice, that's great. If we could get that initiative again going through the health issues, is that we all commit to make one lifestyle change, and you know, submitting our entries, so to speak. All right, I will go on with Sharing Cultures. Elizabeth Kelly chairs our Sharing Cultures Task Force. FACO member clubs are located throughout the world. Each city and country has its own unique qualities, customs, and traditions. The more that is understood about the world in which we live, the more likely we are to be open-minded and embrace cultural variations. Whether it is a cuisine, dress, attitudes, or values, gaining an appreciation of cultural differences is valuable. The Sharing Cultures Task Force and web pages are vehicles for members to share their insights. Let me just give you a small sample. Some of the highlights include Day in Your City, Member clubs are encouraged to complete